Everyone cries when a forest burns to the ground, and everyone cries when a healthy dog's put down, and everyone cries when a polar bear's found 100 miles inland, going through all the bins in your town. But nobody cries, nobody cries for the monk. We've gotta save the monk, gotta save the monk. We gotta save the monk, we gotta save the monk. We're doing our bit for the planet, cutting down on plastic, fast fashion and meat. We're campaigning for zero carbon emissions, but no one's campaigning, no one's campaigning to save the monk. We gotta save the monk, save the monk. We gotta save the monk, gotta save the monk. Save the bees and the honey, save the trees and their trunks, save the ocean and save the monk. Save the bees and their honey, save the trees and their trunks, save the ocean and save the monk. We gotta save the monk, save the monk. We gotta save the monk, gotta save the monk. Yeah, we gotta save the monk. Oh, we gotta save the monk. Everyone cries when a forest burns to the ground, and everyone cries when a healthy dog's put down, and everyone cries when a polar bear's found 100 miles inland, going through all the bins in your town. But nobody cries, nobody cries for the monk. We've gotta save the monk, gotta save the monk. We gotta save the monk, we gotta save the monk. we're doing our bit for the planet. Cutting down on plastic, fast fashion, and meat. We're campaigning for zero carbon emissions, but no one's campaigning. No one's campaigning to save the monk. We gotta save the monk. Save the monk. We gotta save the monk. Gotta save the monk. Save the bees and the honey. Save the trees and the trying. Save the ocean. And save the monk.
Save the monks. That's quite right. That was Margarita Helene there, playing our wonderful charity single, "Save the Monks."
It's actually raised a lot of money now.
It really
we have
has.
saved at least 5 monks from extinction.
5 whole monks have been saved thanks to the sales of that song. Hello everyone, welcome to another Monkspotting. It is summer 2021 and we are back. The monks are out and the Monkspotting has fully commenced this year. It's safe to say. The starting pistol has gone off. The monks have been released from their traps, and and the guns have been put away, and the nets have come out, and it's all in good fun. And
let the race begin.
Let the monk spotting begin. Hello everyone, my name is Liam McKenna.
Hello, I am Polly Preston.
And we are your expert monk spotters, and we'll be guiding you through the next 40 to 45 to 50 to 55 to an hour of material of monk-based fun, conservation talk. And what have we got in store today? We have got a jam-packed show. We're talking foraging. We're looking at monk food, the diet of a medieval monk. Is that right?
We've got herbs this evening.
We are. We're going to be sampling some herbs that the average monk will find in your garden, and you'll be able, hopefully, to find these herbs as well. And we're going to sample them. Some of them a little bit more sour and deadly than others, but we'll that's why we try them, and then you have a go in your own time.
And are the monk traps set?
We have got a live cam. We're hoping to capture some footage of monks. Obviously, we're approaching it's the summer solstice tomorrow, isn't it? So the longest day of the year tomorrow. So the nights are quite bright, but we're hoping that some of the monks will come out early in the evening today. So we'll show you what we've got in store there. We're also going to be looking into the monkberry.
The monkberry,
as you probably know it. Now, a lot of you will probably be quite familiar with the TikTok trend, the monkberry diet. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy there.
Yeah,
we won't get into that. If any of you have tried the monkberry diet, do let us know in the comments. Polly will be there taking your comments.
As ever, I am here live, taking your comments and your questions, of course.
Yes,
and confessions.
Confessions, yes. Anything? Yes. We. That's a good segue there. We are also looking at a sort of sad subject, I suppose, but it needs to be talked about. Roadkill. Monk roadkill. If you've been driving around, particularly the Welsh countryside recently, you'll have noticed there's been a spate of monk roadkills.
Definite influx.
Which, depending on your perspective, that could be seen as an improvement in the population. But as we see it, it's a bit of a decimation of the monk population, as as we all know, monks do struggle to breed.
They do, yes. What with them
Notoriously.
being medieval
Yes.
and dead.
That's just two of their problems. Now, before we get going today, we do have to address one issue that came up during our last monk spotting back in February,
Yes.
as part of the Leicester Comedy Festival. I don't know how we ended up doing a comedy festival. It's quite a serious subject. But now, obviously, a lot of people wrote in to say how distressed they were seeing a monk explode live on camera. And we can show you the footage now. This is what happened.
What do you mean there's blood everywhere?
We're getting a
last,
repeat there of what
earlier in the year.
So
This is a
Sebastian
couple of months ago.
was
just replaying what
Sebastian
was
was
going
in
on
the
in the
monk's
head.
Sebastian
Yeah,
was.
okay, so
Yes.
He's
showing
back
us
with
the-
us.
We're just
but,
seeing the
he
same-
knows
so the
what
monk-
he did wrong.
Send over the
monk
footage.
heading
Yeah,
towards
so,
the gorse bush, so
Send
the monk
over
and then
the
goes
footage.
blank.
Send over
If
the
you were
footage.
watching, then
What's-
you'll be
what-
aware
what's all
that
this about?
Calm
we
down.
did have some
There's the monk
complications.
next
next to the
and
gorse bush.
Okay,
unfortunately, a monk did explode.
I didn't think we'd be showing that.
Yeah,
again.
I think that was
Sebastian, why
the
there an
that was. It's because we brought Sebastian
Okay.
back. You see, so he's
Yeah.
Yeah, I realised.
now you see.
looks like,
now what we discovered,
looks like
we
he's-
did investigate.
Right,
and,
why
we-
is he sent
we
off,
found out that Sebastian had
Dynamite.
accidentally
I mean, the slightest
planted.
God.
He'd accidentally planted a dynamite in the monk's nose because we were sending a camera up the nostril. We were investigating the obviously the famous monk nostril hairs.
The golden
nostril hairs, and a dynamite stick got sent up there instead of the it was sort of attached to the camera. One thing led to another, and we lost a monk. So we do apologise to all the. There were, I think we had 14 complaints.
Which is actually
which is good for us.
Good for us.
That's a new record low. But we're trying to make we're trying to do our best to
we've had
to
a
address
first
these
comment.
problems. We had a comment, have we?
through, Liam. It
Yes.
is Adam,
Yeah.
and he says the monkberry diet gave me an awful bad belly, but it did smell delightful. You're quite right, Adam. The
Yeah.
monkberry is deceptively good smelling.
It is. That's one of the things. Yeah.
You're lucky. You're lucky. All you
are,
had
yeah.
was a bad belly.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you've got away with a bad belly, you've had a good run in with a monkberry. I tell you, you've done your research.
They are devilish.
Well, you just got very lucky indeed.
Very,
we'll talk
very.
more about the monkberry shortly, but shall we have a look at what we've got set up today?
Is this the live cam?
So no, this is the area we chose. This is bit of a monk hub, monk hotspot. This is at Monkspotter's HQ. Just down in the meadow where the old priory was, and so what we've done here, as you can see, this is the trick. See, this is a genuine hedge, obviously, where monks have been known to spot, but we wanted to cultivate an environment that would entice the monks a little bit more, because we because the sightings of monks do tend to vary. So what I did earlier today. I set up an artificial monk hedge. Now you'll see what I've done here. I've used what we call in the industry a green screen. Okay. You can see a shot of Polly and our monk sniffer dog there, Boris. Just checking for monks in the area.
It was quite windy.
It was quite a windy day, so we did. So we've had a little bit of trouble. Getting the green screen up, had to but we got that up eventually after about 3 hours of trying and breaking down,
and hopefully it's enough to draw some monks in.
Now you're probably wondering, how do you turn a green screen into a convincing monk favourable environment? Well, I'll show you exactly how we do that. That's me again. Thank you. Thank you there. There we go. Right. So we that's.
So that is.
That's not right. That's no. That's the other cam. Where are we? Okay. We should have a. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So this is the live footage now. So what we've done, you see, we have amalgamated the green screen into the hedge. Now, obviously, what I've also done is I've set up some monkberries on a
Yes.
plinth of tyres there, and if we could just cover those other 2 tyres there, just to blend them in. There we go.
There we are. Amazing.
And so what you've got there, you've got the perfect environment now to capture a monk. Hopefully, we're going to draw some monks in.
So you filmed a hedge.
Filmed a hedge
In order to
green screen
the
same hedge. Yeah.
That's incredible.
That was the only way that we could bring the monks in, because otherwise, if they saw a slightly different hedge, they might be put off.
So they don't recognise green screens.
They shouldn't recognise green screen. We did spray it with a special
Fascinating.
a special hedge scent, so the green screen will smell the same as the hedge. So the monks won't notice the difference.
They won't notice.
As you got a little glimpse of there, that is our little close up of the. We've got a bowl there that I put in, and that's got monkberries in.
Right.
Okay. So that's I've said very carefully touch those, because they are obviously very
volatile.
Very volatile indeed. So hopefully with this angle we'll be able to get a decent glimpse of how the monks eat these berries, and hopefully we'll learn a little bit more about how we can do that. But without further ado, what I'd like to show you now, a little film I made earlier in the week, now all about the monkberry and the history, the very interesting history indeed. So what I'll do, we'll play that for you now.
And now what I've got here may, to the untrained eye, seem like a rather common berry, perhaps a blueberry, perhaps a large blackcurrant, but it is in fact one of the most deadly berries in the world. This is the monkberry. Of course, that was actually just the blackcurrant, because if I was holding a monkberry, it would have burnt through my hand. The monkberry goes by many different names. The devil's berry, balls of death, widow's spine, the blue avenger, hangman's breakfast, the fruity assassin, Pablo Escoberry, the blue witch of Barafundle. And in Spain, they call it mula fruta, which means bad fruit. You probably most likely know the berry by its colloquial name, the poison berry. But don't be fooled. This berry doesn't derive its name from its extremely high levels of toxicity, which it has. It's actually named after the 7th century monk who discovered it, Pius Anus. Now, Pius Anus, who lived in the ancient kingdom of David, would wander the countryside searching for fruits and nuts to scavenge, and he was well known for his carefree attitude towards death. In fact, he was often quoted as saying, "I do not care if this food shall fell me, for I am a humble man." And this is what led Pius to trying this infamous berry, a berry which many a man had tried before him, a berry which led invariably to certain horrific, painful death, usually by exploding.
Ooh, tasty berry. The intestinal tract.
Pius Anus travelled around Wales and Ireland, delivering demonstrations to locals on how to safely eat this delicious fruit.
You take the seeds out like so, like so, voila! Yes, very good, very informative. Yes, nice lot there.
And although this did result in an increase in berry-related poisonings wherever he went, Pius didn't give up, and he spent the rest of his life devoted to finding a safe way to eat these berries. You could try one method that Pius Anus suggested in his 11th century manuscript, and that is strap a berry to a dog's head and dunk him in a pool of water. If the berry comes out dry, you've got a good berry. If the berry's wet, you might have to put your dog down in case he catches rabies. But maybe the safest thing to do is to buy a pre-prepared monkberry, perhaps in the form of a jam or a preserve, perhaps a paste, which you can buy from any National Trust property with an RSPM endorsement. Of course, you could just try eating one, just pick one out of the hedge and eat that, but I wouldn't recommend you do.
Well, there you are. I hope you found that as fascinating and informative as I did while researching it. And I've got an extra special treat for you now because I was fortunate enough while I was making this film, I was fortunate enough to get in touch with Eloise Eatwell, the famous monk nutritionist. And she actually agreed to talk to me a little bit about a book she's just released, a 900-page book.
Of course, Eloise Eatwell is quite a controversial character.
She is a bit
monk world.
Yes, of course. If you're familiar with Eloise Eatwell, you may have heard about the rumours about her running a secret underground government laboratory where they've been experimenting on monkberries
and monks
and finding ways to weaponize monks and monkberries, and they've been. You know, the government have been accused of cutting some shady deals, but we won't get into that just yet. We kept it light with Eloise. Obviously that was part of the contract was that we didn't mention the secret underground laboratory, so we won't mention it. We won't mention it. Okay, so I'll show you what Eloise had to say about the monkberry. Eloise Eatwell, what a pleasure to have you here to talk to the Royal Society for the Protection of Monks. Now, Eloise, before we start, can I just ask you, are you any relation of Danny Drinkwater?
Danny who?
Drinkwater.
What? Oh,
Drinkwater.
Sorry, I don't know. I would like a glass of water, but I...
Yeah. Okay. There's just a little bit of a misunderstanding there. Never mind, Eloise. Now, Eloise Eatwell, it is a pleasure to have you on to talk to us. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're a very busy lady. Now, Eloise, when it comes to nutrition and monks, you're very much the Venn diagram, aren't you? There's nutrition, there's monks, and then there's Eloise Eatwell.
Yes, absolutely. Of course, the chap who invented the Venn diagram, we had a terrible argument not so long ago, and I can't even begin to think about him, if you don't mind, not bringing up Venn diagrams.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I had no idea. So, Eloise, you've been studying the medieval monk diet for most of your career.
I have, yes. And it's quite something to study. I mean, they pretty much eat only one berry. I mean, obviously they dig around for other things, makes them terribly... Oh, off I go. Obviously they dig around for other things. It makes them terribly sick when they eat, food from our generations. But it is, of course, the monkberry that they favour. Very hard to find, and there's a very particular way you have to eat it. Otherwise, it'll knock you completely dead. Completely dead. But, if they can't find a monkberry, of course, they will delve into cupboards and eat livestock and such. You know what it's like being a monk, of course.
They will eat livestock if necessary.
They have been known, yes.
Yeah.
I should have said that, actually, should I? They have been known to eat livestock. Different monks in different areas. Obviously, the monks around St. David's, Pembrokeshire area, mostly vegetarian, so they won't eat the livestock. They will just, take the oilseed rape here and there, suck it dry. You know how it is.
They would literally suck the oilseed rape dry.
Oh Oh yes, yes.
Yes.
And you know what they've been eating, because the monks that have been sucking the oilseed rape, well, you see their feces, their droppings, very oily and with flecks of yellow flour that they sometimes accidentally
Of
ingest.
course.
Sometimes the monkberry in a particular season looks a bit like a bee, of course. You know, the bees with the little orangey red bottoms.
Oh yes. Well, to you or I, perhaps that would look like a hazard. Perhaps steer clear, but not
They're
to a monk.
notorious. Certain season, certain time of the year, the monkberry looks exactly like those bees. So if a monk comes along and sees one of those little fuzzy bottoms sticking out of foxglove, it will pinch it off, kill the damn thing, and eat it. Of course, it's
Wow.
eating a sting. Silly
Goodness me.
sausage.
Now, Eloise,
Sausages.
one of the main
Yeah.
reasons we brought you on to talk to us is because you've recently released a book. Now I've just I got to say, I've just finished reading the book. It is quite the tome, 900 pages long, all
Yes.
about how to eat the monkberry safely.
Of course, I don't advise anybody actually try and eat the monkberry. You just learn about it, you know. It's a very fascinating method, of course. But 900 pages, can you believe? Gave myself
How long
arthritis.
did that take you to write, Eloise?
How long did that take me to write? Well, gosh, years. I mean, in all honesty, I've been writing it my whole life, you know, chapters here and there as I learn, changing it, editing it. I mean, I've probably written far more words than the actual book.
Oh, but it'd be wonderful to see what else you've got written that didn't make it in.
As you can see, my study behind me.
Yes, like I say, it's wonderful. Yeah.
It's full of monk propaganda, I want to say.
Monk
It's not
propaganda. So, Eloise, did you turn to the famous manuscript by Pius Aenus of the 11th century, the Latin text that was found in the St. David's Cathedral archives, purportedly describing how to eat the monkberry?
Yes, well, absolute farce. We only turn to him for bum jokes, if I'm honest. He doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. Absolute fart. That's what we called him. Yes. We of course did study and test his methods, but it just wound up in a lot of dead volunteers. Yes.
Yes, I tried the method with the dog, where you dunk the dog in a pond, and with a berry tied to its head.
Yes, how did it?
Well, according to the book, as you probably well know, if the
Yes.
berry's wet, you have to put the dog down.
And the dog? How's the dog now, my dear?
Well,
Is the berry getting-
I mean, we made the conscious decision to not put the dog down.
Oh,
We
good,
just
lovely.
removed the berry. You say that that there isn't really a safe way to eat this berry, but how would you, if you were going to eat a monkberry, how would you go about it? You know, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, well, I couldn't possibly tell you, my dear. You'll all simply have to buy my book.
That was Eloise Eatwell. We had to we had to cut that interview short because I did accidentally bring up the secret underground laboratory after that. So we can't show you the rest of that. Although we will upload it to YouTube at a later date.
And do you know, she actually sent me something.
Did she send you something?
Yes,
What
for
did
this
she...
evening.
Oh, fantastic! What did she send you?
Now, obviously, eating the monkberry is quite dangerous, as if
Yes.
you have read Eloise's book, you might find out. But there is one way you can eat the monkberry, and of course that is through the monk's droppings.
Oh,
Because the monk, of course, it takes in all
Yes,
the
of course.
toxicity. So she sent me a Tupperware box here of some
Are those
dried
monk droppings?
Dried monk droppings.
Oh
Now
my
let's see
God.
if you can see them there. There they are.
Are these fresh? How recent?
Well,
Are
she
these-
dries them.
She dries them.
dries
So
them.
they're not fresh out the backside of a monk today. Then
No. So after you, Liam, I have not tried one myself.
I have never tried. Well, has anyone ever tried one of these? Let us know if If
Let's
you've
see
ever
what it
tried a
tastes
monk,
like.
all right, I'm gonna go for this one. This is quite a large. Don't even see that. That is quite a large monk
Pellet,
dropping there.
yeah.
That is a proper pellet. I've seen some around, but I've never thought to eat one. That's
Quite a delicacy, she told me.
Really?
I don't know if she
where.
was, just checking me
Okay,
on
I'll give
the
it.
date. One,
Okay,
two,
1,
three.
2, 3. It's very chewy.
That.
I've
That's not a good taste.
It really really sticks to you. You know what I mean? It's just sort of works its way up. I can't quite
Oh, it's in my teeth.
yeah, I've kind of got it's kind of stuck to the roof of my mouth now. I'm gonna wash that down. I've got a I actually do you want to try this? What I've got here.
Oh, it's not from Eloise.
No, this isn't from Eloise. This this is some crushed monkberries.
Crushed monkberry.
Yeah, it's like a this is a monkberry smoothie. I found a recipe for this online. So the idea is that if you put the monkberries in a blender, mix it with water and a sort of splash of soap, and some bicarb.
Is it okay then?
Then it becomes okay to drink. Yeah. And you know what?
If it'll take the flavour
That
away.
will take that. Honestly, that washes it. That washes it out of your. It cleanses your palate. That's really quite refreshing. After you've eaten the.
No, I can still taste it.
Yeah, you'll be tasting it for weeks, but it lessens the aftertaste, which is immense. It is immense. Wow, yeah. Has anyone, if you've ever tried any bizarre monk delicacies, do let us know. And if you have any of your own tips on how to eat these monkberries, do let us know, because we're still looking for the way, the true way to eat them.
We've actually had a question.
Have we had a
through
question?
From,
Okay, yeah.
Still,
You all right?
Still there. Still there. From Rachel from Essex.
Yeah.
And she asks, why can't I eat monkberries? What do they taste of?
What do they taste of?
Well, Rachel, just don't eat monk pellets.
Well, they don't taste. I don't think they taste like the pellets. I mean, I've never eaten a like a raw monkberry. They're very very tricky. Like there's a reason that you can do a college course in it. But if you, the smoothie, I found it sort of tastes. You know what? I'm not just saying this, but it tastes a little bit like Guinness. Just a little, like a hint. Like it's got the you know what I mean? It's got the sort of the
iron kind of
the iron, yeah, the iron the sort of it's yeah. So yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Rachel from Essex. What we're going to do now, we're going to head over to our cam, because I have heard we've had a sighting. Let's have a look. Let's see if what we've got. Oh, would you look at that?
There's one now.
We've got a.
Now, what type of monk is that, Lee?
That, it looks to me like a bishop. That looks. It could be a bishop. Possibly Augustinian. Oh, look, we've got a close up on the.
Oh, the second
on
camera.
the berries there. Look at that.
Oh, an excellent.
And look, you can see what it's doing there. It's peeling the skin.
Maybe it's the skin.
The
that's
coarse
volatile.
skin, and it's picking through the seeds.
Amazing.
That is
We have never seen
fascinating.
that.
We have never seen that up close before. That is fascinating. So that's certainly one method to lessen the volatile nature of the berry.
Looks like
there.
it's been a success.
Yeah, does it look like is it coming back for more?
More by the looks of it, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, so there we go. We've we've had a bit of a success there. Wonderful stuff.
And what is wandering off now? Had its fill of the monkberries you left out.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll come back. We'll come back to that and see if we capture any more. But yeah, I think that was an Augustinian bishop there. Wonderful. Lovely to see. So yeah, peeling the skin, picking out the seeds.
Yeah.
And then consuming the flesh, I suppose.
That can't be all that's to it, though. The amount.
Well, obviously there's much more to it than that.
Yeah. Maybe they bless it first.
They may do. It may require a blessing. That they can't rule that out. Have we had any more questions, Polly?
Yes, we've had one through from Ellen from Tembe, and she asks, "What is the best food to leave out to catch a monk, aside from monkberries?"
Okay. Well. This will surprise you. This will surprise you. It's actually coriander. Now,
Do you know?
Now I tell you,
Here's some coriander.
yeah. Funny you should say that. We have some coriander which we saved from the garden. It had been slugged. No. What I should say, it's been monked.
It's been monked. There you go.
We blamed the slugs, didn't we?
We did. Well, I did.
You were out assaulting them.
Is there any monk residue left on this coriander?
No, this one you can actually, you can see here. They do live much like slugs. Monks do tend to leave a trace behind when they. And so if I put that up to the camera, you can just see this sort of glint there. There you go. See that? Sort of where it's sort of shining there. That's where the monk has dropped some of its residue on the coriander. And also if you look there, there's a little hole. See that? See that hole there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's where the monk has bitten through the leaf.
Very delicate.
And that may have been because the monks often that may be all they want for that day. Sometimes they eat very little in a day, so they may have just eaten a tiny segment of that leaf. But you know, if you've been growing coriander in your garden, you'll probably find out that monks will be along. And you'll notice it if you look for the tiny little holes in the leaves. You'll know you've got a monk.
Monk holes,
as we call them. Yes, so coriander definitely is surprisingly one of the most popular foods for monk. I think the reason really is because they use it to flavour other food. That's one of their favourite herbs. But there's some other herbs we'll be coming back to later on. I'm just hearing from Sebastian.
Oh yes.
Did you hear that? We've got sighting of the bishop has been doing something interesting. So we're going to just catch up with him. See what they're. What is he doing? Is he going back for more? Looks like he's
doing something now.
What is it? He's moved on from the berry. He's what is he after there?
Foraging for other.
There's other things around him
Other
there.
berries in that area.
What could he be up to?
He's gone. Weird. Oh no,
he's coming
he
back.
Doesn't look.
What is he up to?
He's
He's thinking about something. He's looking for something. I wonder if he's looking for an antidote. Perhaps. Cut that. I think.
Did he explode?
I think he exploded. I think he was looking for perhaps a dock leaf, and he didn't find one in time.
So that's now the second monk that we've exploded live on air.
I think it's the third.
Third?
Yeah, because we blew one up last year as well. I'm so sorry if you saw that. We didn't cut quickly enough.
Just move on.
We'll just you know, these, like, we will obviously have to talk to Sebastian about this because he's in charge of you know, he should have checked those berries to make sure that all the most combustible parts of them had been removed. So clearly there's an issue there that we'll talk about later. Monk roadkill.
From one light subject to
From
another.
from one you know, to the other. Recently, you know, a lot of the Monkspotting community have been in touch to tell us that they've seen a number of monks on the roadside.
There has been an influx. You have to remember it is June.
It is June.
June is mating season. Although they struggle with mating,
They do. They
do try. They come out.
They do try.
They lay eggs.
They come out. Yeah.
You know, they give it a go.
So if you've driven around the countrysides recently, you've probably seen a few, unfortunately, dead monks on the side of the road, and we've made a little film to try and draw attention to this problem, and I caught up with one of our local monk rangers, so sit back and enjoy this little film I made, a little heartwarming film. About monk roadkill. An all too common sight in the British countryside at this time of year. Many of these hit-and-run jobs happen in the dead of night, and as monks often dress entirely in black, it can be next to impossible to see them until it's too late. But there is a solution. I'm meeting up with Jenny Bishop, one of Pembrokeshire's very own monk rangers who looks after many of the protected species on St David's Peninsula. Jenny, hi.
Liam, hi.
Now Jenny, what's your job here in the Pembrokeshire National Parks?
Well, my job is to track and trace monks. So I go around and I tag them. I first locate the monks with my sniffer dog here, Boris. He is trained to smell out the monks. And then I tag them, and then we're able to trace them, and it's easier to find them. Isn't that right, boy?
Fantastic. So what are we doing today, Jenny?
He's off. Well, today we're going to be out looking for monks, ones that I've already tagged.
Fantastic. Lead the way.
Is there one there, boy?
So have we got a monk there?
Looks like we might have a monk in this trap. The dog seems to think we do. Hey! He's keen. Right, let's have a look. We've got one.
Fantastic. So what's the process here?
Now I'm going to tag it. Now this is what we use as a monk tag.
Now to me that looks like a bicycle reflector.
It might not look like much, but there is in fact a radio chip in here that will tell us exactly where it is at all times, even if it goes underwater. So as it's daytime and as I'm dressed a bit like a monk, it trusts me and it's going to remain quite docile. I'm just going to slip this round its ankle. Good lad.
And this doesn't hurt.
It's tagged. Right. Now when I remove my hood, it will realise that I'm not a monk. So it might be quick to get away. But for now, it's quite... Right boy, we caught one in this trap. Looks like we've caught another monk. Amazing. Look. Black shadow monk. Of course it is. Not normally out during the day, but it's been caught in this trap. Now I'm just going to tag it. How am I tagging it when it's upright? It's a good question. It's a good question. Well, there's actually a command that they will listen to if it's feeling willing today. Agbactor! Agaza! Look at that. Practice. Don't try this at home.
Now, Jenny, is there any truth to the rumour that some areas of the farming community have been known to do away with monks and dump them by the roadside?
Now, this is a controversial subject to going into, and I don't want to be pointing fingers, but there has been evidence to suggest that some farmers have done this, and it's not right. It needs to stop now.
Yeah. So, what are your views? What are your views on the proposed monk coal, which is going through Parliament as we speak?
Well, I know that a lot of the monks are causing trouble in digging up potatoes in farmers' fields because, you know, a lot of monks, when they were alive, back in medieval times, they ate a lot of potatoes. So they're just doing what they know, and I think there just needs to be more education surrounding it, better fencing. You know, a fence will stop a monk any day.
And a lot of monks have been accused by the farming community of spreading the word of the gospel amongst livestock, and particularly this has become a problem for bulls, and it's made bulls become abstinent and less likely to reproduce.
Yes, yes. Is that such a bad thing?
Jenny Bishop, thank you. Pleasure.
What about the dog?
Oh, the dog's good too.
Good too, boy. What an idiot.
So what can we do to stop the coal? Well, I think first of all we need to create more awareness, and I think we can do that by creating a better understanding of the farming community, which will help us to understand the needs of both farmers and monks. And of course we need to continue the good work of the likes of Jenny Bishop, and tagging the monks is an important part of the whole conservation exercise, and mainly really because the Royal Society have bought a whole load of bicycle reflectors, and they really need to use them now.
Join us live with footage here of what looks like another monk has taken the bait and has been gorging on berries. I think by the looks of it, I would say it looks like a black shadow monk, perhaps a hooded, lesser spotted crow monk, perhaps.
Where's it going?
I don't know where it's going, but fascinating that we've drawn, because that definitely looked like the type of monk we wouldn't expect to see. We wouldn't expect to see that type of monk out in the sunlight, but because I suppose of the extended daylight hours, we're getting more and more monks that you'd normally expect to see at night time. So
and of course you did lay out a significant amount of monkberry and coriander.
I did. We've actually been growing coriander along that hedge, so hopefully more and more monks will join us. Now, Polly, have we had any comments at all? Any questions from our wonderful monk spotting community?
Well, since we showed the very interesting roadkill,
yes,
footage,
that highlighted some issues for all of us there. Yes.
Well, we've had some people write in
about
Fantastic. Incidences that they have had themselves.
Yeah.
So Marty from Edinburgh has said, "I hit a monk on my way home from choir practice.
Yeah.
It ran off with my wing mirror."
He hit the monk, and then the monk ran off with the wing mirror?
I'm assuming that the monk must have, on impact, knocked the wing mirror off, and the monk took away with it. I hope the monk is okay now.
The monk deliberately snatched the wing mirror, or the wing mirror was attached to the monk who escaped.
He hasn't specified.
He hasn't specified.
But, and also Peter.
Peter. Hello, thank you for watching, Peter.
He's not said where he's from.
Right.
But
okay, it's mysterious, but
he said, I hit a monk on my way home from tennis.
Tennis?
Pretty sure I decapitated it.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Actually, one more has come through.
Yeah.
It's Albert from Cardiff.
Oh, hello, Albert.
How do I dispose of a monk I hit with my car? Can I eat it? Right. They are from medieval times.
Yeah,
there,
that's
Albert.
not really. That's not really what we would condone. We're getting a few video messages in.
Are we?
Yeah, there's a few video messages have been sent in the last few minutes. This is interesting. This roadkill topic has really brought out. Now this is from Adam in Pembrokeshire. Let's see what he's got to say about the spate of monk roadkill.
On my way back from delivering a pizza when this monk came out of nowhere. There was nothing I could do. I tried to swerve out of the way of him, but instead I sped up and swerved towards him. I still see his face as he flew across the windscreen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Adam,
you,
that's all right, Adam. You know, it happens. As I said, they're out of number at the minute. So.
Yeah. This is going to be a problem for a lot of people right now driving around. You know, especially the later you go in the day as well. You know, if you're driving around after midnight, of course it's going to be dark.
Especially the shadow monks. They blend in. That's what they do.
They do that. That is their thing. They blend into the shadows. We've got another video here from Elise. Elise from Mid Wales. Let's see what she's got to say.
So I was driving home from knitting class, and all of a sudden this monk just sort of suddenly appeared right in front of me in the road, and I meant to brake. I was going to brake. Instead I sort of swerved into him, and the last thing I remember is his just face coming towards me on the windscreen, sort of. Yeah. There's nothing I could have done.
That was actually quite graphic.
Yeah, interesting. What interests me is very little difference between Elise's. All of these accounts are very, very similar. That is fascinating. I wonder what is something is connecting. Something is connecting these people. We've had another message in from Margarita in Hertfordshire. What has she got to say?
I was driving home from karate practice when this monk just came out in front of me. There's nothing I could do. I tried to swerve out of the way, but instead I just sped up and hit him as hard as I could. I can still remember his face as he flew across the windscreen.
Right.
So again, she actively sped up.
She hit the monk. She wanted to swerve out the way, but she went in to the monk. She hit the monk, and that's again we're hearing that again and again. Something is making people swerve not away from the monk, but into the monk.
Strange.
And that is very strange. If you've had a similar experience, do let us know. Because clearly this is creating a bit more of a problem than we realised was actually happening out there. Fantastic. Well, let's see what we're going back to the live stream. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. And let's see what's happening out there. The monk is back. This black shadow monk again. And what is it up to now? It's back at the berries. Oh, okay. We've zoomed in now. We can see the monk. You can see what? Can you see what it's doing there?
Not quite.
It looks like it's actually sucking the juice out of the berry. Now that's an interesting method So thereby, I assume it uses its teeth to block out the explosive seeds, and by virtue of that, it will also. Got to be joking. Have we?
Another monk just exploded.
What did you blown up? Another monk.
What berries did you leave out?
They're just monkberries. They're just ordinary monk. The monks are supposed to be the ones that. They're not supposed to have any trouble eating them. Like whatever's happened here, this is on Sebastian. Okay, this is on Sebastian. This is Sebastian's domain. You know, I set the green screen up. I set the berries up. Okay, you know, it was up to
swap the berries.
He shouldn't have swapped the berries. There should be no reason to swap the berries. Okay. We've got some more herbs that we can.
You want to talk about herbs?
Can we talk about herbs? Can we distract from?
Not really. We've got parsley. And thyme. That's not going to distract.
Can I try some parsley?
You want to just try?
I'm just going to try some parsley. Well, it's not great on its own. I'll tell you that much. Okay.
We're actually killing more monks
All right.
than we're saving.
Look. Okay.
Well,
I'm hearing that Sebastian has cleared that monk, and we've replaced the berries. Okay, we're going back to the live stream because Sebastian is assuring us that we've got another monk that's not going to explode. I'm so sorry about this, everyone.
it's a different type.
Look at this. Look at it. I mean, it must have seen these other monks explode. So this is clearly. This looks like a zebra monk. I think known for the stripes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if it's a zebra monk. It's got more white on it there. It looks like a.
I would say it was a of the sort of Cistercian variety.
Just having a wander
around. Now these monks. If this is the monk I'm thinking of, these monks they can't walk. If they're searching for food, they'll never walk in a straight line because they're trying to in an attempt to evade predators. So you see what it did there? It walked almost diagonally. It was sort of in a triangle formation to evade predators and reach the berries. And
there it is.
There it is, and you can see what it's doing there. It's sampling the berries. Sometimes this type of Cistercian they will actually sometimes they'll sniff the berry up into their nose.
I think that's what it's doing.
And they've got little pincers in their nose that they'll use to crush the stones inside the berries. And then it will
sure about those berries.
It's not entirely convinced by them. I don't know what it's trying. Is it trying to get the
trying to spit
smell?
Them out?
It might be trying to get them off. If it's got the seeds on its hands, then that could be an issue. It could be.
It looks like it's panicking.
It looks like it might be panicking. That's it's okay.
Oh, it's definitely panicking.
Okay. It's trying to. Okay. It's got the taste on its hands. It's okay. It's just gonna.
Maybe it's gonna walk it off. Maybe it's
gonna walk off. You know, sometimes monks make mistakes, like we all do. Especially, you know, if it's food that we're not familiar with. But the monk, it looks like it's okay. It looks like it should be should be all right. What's
no?
Is it convulsing? What's
oh God!
Oh no, not. I don't really know what to say. Are you going to go talk to Sebastian? Because
No, I'm out.
I can't. I'm so sorry if you've seen that. Oh my God. That honestly, that was not. We were supposed to be showing the safest way to eat those berries. I don't know if we've managed to do that. Just gonna eat some more parsley. We'll have to get on the phone to Sebastian and in the meantime, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed Monkspotting. We'll be back, I'm sure, in the near future. But for now, to play you out, we've made another charity single to raise awareness of the roadside killings of medieval monks. So sit back and enjoy the latest single from the Royal Society for the Protection of Monks. Cheers. And if you'd like to make a donation to the Royal Society for the Protection of Monks, you can go to paypal.me/firedonkey, and you can donate £5, which will go towards paying Sebastian's redundancy when he's inevitably sacked for his misdemeanors, to say the least. So sit back and enjoy Monks by the Side of the Roadside. I've been Lee McKenna. That was Polly Preston. We have been Monk Spotters. Monks are picking berries by the side of the road. They've been pushed to the margins of society with nowhere else to go. Chased away from farmland, chased out of town. The Protestant reformists are hounding them down. Watch out for the monks by the side of the roadside. Watch out for the monks by the side of the road. Monks are picking herbs on the curb outside your house. They've been reduced to picking through your bins like a common mouse. But what came first, the chicken or the egg? This modern world is all the monks got left. So watch out for the monks by the side of the roadside. Watch out for the monks by the side of the road. Monks are going through the kitchen cupboards after cereal. You can hear them calling to you in your sleep. It's quite ethereal. You can try hiding your bran flakes, but the monks know where they're kept. The monk was here first, yet you treat them like a pest. So watch out for the monks by the side of the roadside. Watch out for the monks by the side of the road.
Are getting pulverized. This debate has become polarized. You might not like it, but you got to pick a side for monks. watch out for the monks by the side of the road. Watch out for the monks, watch out for the monks, watch out for the monks, watch out. 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 Watch out for the monks, 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 watch out.
I was gonna get a close up.
Watch out for the monks, watch out for the monks, watch out.
You want some actual berries? Another car. Look at you being spooky. Don't hit our bikes, don't hit our bikes. Hi. Hi. Ooh. Hi. Liam's just dressing up like a monk so we can film him in the